in Lightroom Mobile, when you use the desktop application, you're able to do all of the edits plus a little bit more. You have a few more options as far as editing your images. So one of the things that I want you to do is to be able to take an image and try out lots of different ideas with that same image. It's part of the experimentation process that's so important as an artist to try and to get better at, is the ability to take a picture and experiment with it in many different ways. So if I take this photo and I click on it, I'm able to then go to these sliders, which is the edit option, and it opens up all of the different edits that I have as a possibility. They are all organized in these drop-down menus, and you should explore all of them. Now, the crop function is separate from the edit functions. Cropping is so important to making your images stand out and making them look interesting. This actually was the original crop on this photo. So what I would like you guys to be able to do is to take a photo and crop it many different ways. I'm going to crop this photo like this to start. I'm going to click off of the crop and rotate function and wait until the photo catches up. Now, the website does take about 3 seconds for that edit that I just applied to catch up with itself. So it's now cropped to a new crop, and it opened up a new button. This is the download this photo button. I'm going to click on it and download the latest edit as a JPEG full size. So I click on it, and it's going to open up my Windows browser. If you are in a Chromebook, you will see my drive, my Google Drive here. And if you see that, navigate to your photography folder, create a new folder inside of that called Edits, and put all of the photos that you're going to try out in there. That way you keep organized the edits that you have for each of these photos that you're doing. You can see a whole bunch of different edits that I've already done of one of my other images. So I'm going to save this. Now I'm going to click on the crop tool again. I'm going to try something totally radically different. Maybe I crop to a horizontal and I do it where you don't see the extra negative space of the sky. So I'm going to wait about 3 seconds. The photo is going to catch up. And now here is a new, completely different version of that same photo. I hit download, I take and I grab that and I save it. I'm going to do this several times. I'm going to experiment with lots of different ideas with that same exact photo, trying out different things. So again, I try a different crop. I wait about 3 seconds and I'm going to download it. This is so important for us to be able to do as an artist, is to be able to experiment with our images and see them in different ways. So I want you to be able to make lots of different versions really quickly, and don't feel like there is a right or wrong answer. There is no right or wrong answer in art. There's your voice, what you want to do, and I want to see that you guys are pushing yourselves to trying lots of things. So after you've done crops for a while, you could then go to the edit function, and you could experiment with exposure. You can experiment with contrast. You can play around with, maybe this image is going to be better brighter and with lower contrast. This feels totally different than the last image that I just shared. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to exit, not clicking here, but clicking off of the edit. I'm waiting about 3 seconds, and then the computer catches up, and now I can hit the download button and download that latest version. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Please experiment with as many of these options as possible. Try going to color and taking the saturation down and exploring what this would look like as a black and white. You can go ahead and play with as many different versions as you want with this. One of the cool things when you convert to black and white by not clicking on black and white, but by desaturating the color, is that you do have options to change certain colors in the picture. You do allow yourself to be able to control by changing some of these color mixer options. For instance, if I go here, I can change the saturation or the luminance, which is the lightness or darkness of everything that's blue in the scene. So I can actually add a subtle bit more blue to the sky by taking the exposure down on it. There are so many different options to explore. With this first round of experiments, I want you to just play with the sliders. And then later I'm going to come back with more videos where I break down each of these areas and I talk to you guys about them a little bit more.